Sources now tell us that a Minneapolis police officer has died in this shooting just south of downtown.
This happening right around 5:30 this evening, just a few blocks south of downtown at 22nd and Blaisdell. Minneapolis police confirming at least 4 people and 2 civilians and 2 police officers have been injured. But again, our sources are telling us tonight also that one of those officers has died. That is the very latest information we have, but it's a very active scene. There's still an active investigation going on, and there is still some consistency that there is still a component of this that is yet to be resolved.
Yeah, a huge law enforcement presence at the scene with the FBI, State Patrol, many other agencies like Hennepin County Sheriff's Office there as well. Rob Olson has been there for more than an hour now, and we want to check with Rob to see what you know. And I know some of this is still very limited. We haven't gotten a lot confirmed with MPD yet.
No, and they've not had a press conference or news conference or put out any of that in any way, shape, or form at this point. And we are kind of locked in now in this area that we're in. They've moved the perimeter to where we parked initially is now off limits, so we cannot go up and down Franklin as we did when we first got here to check out different sides of the scene. I'm kind of limited to basically this street here of LaSalle, where it becomes Blaisdell Avenue. So, and the same people that have been here for the last hour and a half or so, or that I've been here, are still here as well. And I will tell you this, there seems to be, as Randy mentioned, a component of this that is still ongoing and unresolved. But it also seems out here that the heightened tension is starting to drop as well. About a half hour ago, I counted in this parking lot that I can no longer get into, there were probably 10, 11, 12 ambulances staged in that area, which is why they blocked that parking lot off for the staging. Many of them in the last 10 minutes or so have departed. There's still 3 on the street right here to this side of me, and here I gotta help let this guy go through. So there's still officers, as you see, going in and out. A couple have left, coming out in and out this area. A SWAT vehicle that is down there. Another one just pulled up over here. There have been 2 there. Yes, I still see 2 police drones in the air behind me over top of what is an apartment building, or a couple of apartment buildings on the south side of this Park Nicollet Clinic on the corner, and that is apparently, where the bulk of this took place. There's other people here that are telling me, it's unconfirmed, but that they had heard or seen about some sort of something that started over on the Nicollet side and worked its way over to this area. So somebody else told me that they did see gunfire outside, but then we're hearing information about victims deceased found inside. So again, we're still trying to sort all that out. But again, this is a huge perimeter stretching for several blocks. And what's bigger, though, is just the amount of police response. As I mentioned, the number of ambulances, but the number of police cars. That seems to have thinned a little bit as well, as some have departed. So that tells you that something is sort of settling down a little bit or heading towards a resolution, but there still remains a massive number of police officers, sheriff's deputies, and as you mentioned earlier, the FBI representative that we've seen walking around here, ATF now I see right down the street as well. So again, still a lot of this that is not resolved, and we're waiting to get that update from Minneapolis police, but again, now we are penned in, and so we can't really wander as we did earlier to try to track that down. So again, we'll keep you updated out here. Still a big area cordoned off and a lot of police officers here, but fewer than there were before, fewer ambulances than there were before. So we take that as a positive sign towards a lessening, certainly a potential danger, or towards a resolution here. We'll keep you posted here all night. For now, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Rob. We'll come back to you in just a little while. And that is one thing that we're still trying to get some information on, is the status of the shooter.
Yeah, and we also, the unfortunate number that we're dealing with tonight is 6. Our Courtney Godfrey is at HCMC tonight. Courtney, we do know that we have confirmation now that 1 Minneapolis police officer has died in this, and we have 4 civilians injured, another officer injured. You're there. Tell us what that scene has been like over the course of the last hour and a half.
Yeah, Randy, clearly a somber scene down here as law enforcement officials continue to show up. We've got Hennepin County sheriffs, deputies, and police officers who continue to show up, not only to block the road and the area around the ambulance bay here at the emergency room at HCMC, but also to come be with their brothers and sisters in law enforcement. It's also shift change down here at the hospital, and we've seen several emergency room medical personnel leaving and even EMS workers coming in for their next shift. And we've seen them and heard them check in with each other. Are you okay? How are you doing? And clearly the trauma takes a toll not only on the law enforcement community here, but on the medical workers who are tasked with saving these lives, trying to save these lives and trying to render medical aid to the many victims in this situation. I ran into an emergency room doctor, one of the top emergency room doctors here at HCMC, as she was coming in, and I said, "How you doing?" And she said, "I just got called in." So clearly it's all hands on deck as they deal with this crisis situation down here at the hospital. But as you can see, they have blocked off the area around the emergency room. There is a number of law enforcement vehicles, and you can see the crime tape blocking off 7th Street here in between Park and Chicago downtown. So they are securing this area. They've pushed us back a couple of times. They don't want us to get too close. That ambulance bay back there is where they bring in the victims. It's where they will bring in any injured law enforcement, and that deceased member of law enforcement. That's where they would have come in, and that's where they will be leaving. So that's where we usually see law enforcement lined up, ready to stand watch over their fellow law enforcement officer. But for right now, just a lot of standing around and waiting as we continue to see law enforcement officials coming in and out of Hennepin Healthcare.
It is a tragic scene we've seen way too much of in the last handful of years. So thank you, Courtney. Appreciate you on the scene there.
And Governor Walz tweeting out tonight that the State Patrol is at the scene assisting Minneapolis police, and more resources are on standby to help as they are needed. He also said that he is praying for all first responders working to keep the community safe. And Senator Klobuchar also tweeting out her condolences, saying she's devastated to learn about the MPD officer killed and another critically injured tonight as they were working to keep our community safe. John and I are praying for both their families and all of those impacted in this tragedy.
All right, we continue. As you can see, we have crews on this, working diligently to try and get as much information as we can. What we know again so far, earlier this evening in Minneapolis, just south of downtown, if you're not that familiar with it, along Blaisdell there was a shooting of some sort that involved Minneapolis police officers and some civilians. We do know that 2 civilians are dead. We don't know the extent of the other 4 injured. We do know that 1 Minneapolis police officer died during this hail of gunfire as well. We are trying to figure out what the status of that scene is right now, because officers are classifying as still active.
Still very active. And then we have a number, as you saw, of officers coming to the hospital now to stand watch. And so we will continue to cover this. We will break into programming when we do have updates, because we are expecting Minneapolis police and the police chief to give us some more information at some point. We will break into programming on Fox 9, but you can always keep up with updates on fox9.com and Fox Local. And of course, our local news begins at 9 o'clock tonight.
We'll send you back to programming for now.